What's going on, everybody? So I'm gonna do my part two to this birds aren't real thing. I'm just gonna get it over with. And first, I'm going to react to some videos where birds are talking like humans. I'm also gonna share the flamingo video that I said I was gonna share in the last one that I did, the part one. Okay, so just, you know, maybe when I first was thinking about my flamingo video, I thought the flamingos were responding a little more than they actually were, but they were subtly responding. So I had to go find some other videos where there were some strong responses from birds that were just a little more evidential, if that's even a word. But my flamingo video is, it's very subtle. Maybe in my head, it was stronger. We're going to watch it anyway because they were doing a few things that were a little, you know, newsworthy, noteworthy. But let's get into these birds talking like humans, okay? It's weird.
Hello.
What the heck?
Say
Like,
hello. Apple.
he's cute.
Good. Okay. Can you say
Oh,
apple?
he's really cute. But I don't know.
Say hey.
I still don't see the point in
What's your
doing
name?
this. I think it's
What
just
is your
amusement
name?
for humans.
Say burr.
It's like animal abuse. I don't know. Does he
Say
want to
hey.
do this?
Hey, 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 hey. Say burr burr. What's your name?
Oh my gosh. He's
Yes,
confused.
what's your
He's like,
name?
lady,
What's
leave
your
me
name?
alone. I don't know what my damn name is because I just want to go to the forest.
What's your name? What's your name?
I want to see another bird. I want to have babies.
it?
I want to eat
What's your
and
name?
stuff.
Don't bite.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
That is mean. That is mean. Say, that's your name?
Oh my god.
That's you? Okay.
These poor birds. They probably like. I wonder if they're happy. I wonder if they're happy doing this, entertaining humans.
Can you do that?
Is this natural?
Oh,
I don't know. Alright, let's move on. This is annoying. That's annoying.
Girl, Carvel. All right, you. Are we having fun? Can you say your name?
Oh wow. So do they just have like these centers, right? Because these birds are in contained spaces. Like I don't see them in their natural habitat doing this kind of shit doing this because it's like it's not natural to me. Like this bird is literally waving hello. Like what is this? Is there a business in it? Like I'm trying to understand is it just companionship? Do people just want to teach birds how to talk? Maybe they enjoy I don't, for the life of me, I don't get it. Like they're always in these. See, this bird looks like he's outside, but he's not. Like, is he in a zoo? Again, these are like zoo videos or like people in their house. They're probably zookeepers that are at home with their birds. They take their job at home. They have birds at home. They like doing it. Maybe they practice at home. I don't know what. Like this is like a whole mystery to me. It's like they're contained. Are they bird prison? This is a whole. I think this is a little different from the birds aren't real. I feel like the birds aren't real is a huge umbrella, and there's little mini umbrellas underneath the birds aren't real. I think the people who are been investigating this for a long time, they have some valid points. Like that, this video that I'm reacting is a less serious video. There are more serious documentaries and more intellectual speech on this birds aren't real. I could react to that too, but I thought that this one was very funny as well. It would add some life to the video, but this is just weird. No. This is just people are weird. This is not birds are real. This is people are weird, and why are we like making birds talk? Like, can the bird say no? I don't want to talk. I don't want to do this. Does the bird have the ability to just say no? Like, I don't know.
I bet they will.
Look at this.
Tell 'em.
Okay,
fine.
Oh my God. I mean, this is what people do. Like, I don't understand. I mean, they did say in the video that they try to make, this is what I was talking about in the last video too. Like, you see all these bird videos and you get this perspective. Like, birds are real. Birds are friendly. Look how fun they are. Like dogs, like cats, you can teach them to do tricks. Get a bird. And then they have these other birds that have other things going on, that are not so Like, I can't bring a bald eagle in my house, okay? I can't. First of all, it's probably illegal. I could, I don't know if it is, but I could really guess that's illegal, right? You can't get a bald eagle and bring it in your house. Why? That's what they were saying. Like, you just can't do it. I don't want to, because I would never want to do that to the animal, but I'm just saying, like, and plus they could probably hurt me, right? Let's just be real. Like, these birds they're outside creatures. I can never bring a vulture in my house. You know what I mean? They have their purpose in society is to, like the guy was saying in the last video, is to clean up, decomposing things. Okay, so that's their purpose, right? They don't belong in the house. But these little fuzzy, cute, you see how they're like bright colors, blue and green and red, and like colors you learn in kindergarten. It's just, I get that, and I'm kind of like curious as to, there's a connection. Like, are these birds not real? And again, my thing is like, why are we teaching them this? Like, what is the purpose behind this? Do you receive some type of gratification in life? What is the bird feeling? Is this natural? Do they like it? Do they wake up and say, no, leave me alone today? Like, what is that? Do they have this consciousness? I don't freaking know. Let's get into, I'm rambling. So let's finish. Oh, I'll show my flamingo video at the end, because honestly, it's not as exciting. It is exciting, but it is funny. But I really want to get into the rest. It's about 10 more minutes of the Birds Aren't Real, the funny version, the funny documentary. Like I said, there's more serious documentaries. It is a serious thing. I don't mean to make light of it. But I just picked this one because it was funny and I thought they were making some points. Let's get into that.
A bird's eye. Have you ever noticed that? Look at it. Looks exactly like the eye of a bird.
The Birds Aren't Real movement has gotten so big that the government has started to speak up about it. An actual government Twitter account posted this. Why would they say this unless they were hiding something?
I was driving through a canyon one night and, I was having some deep thoughts.
These people, like, do you know anybody who works in a zoo? Like, leave a comment in the comment section. Who works in a zoo? Like, I don't, does this person work in a zoo? Where do these people come from? Where do they learn how to train birds? What is this? I've never met somebody, I never met an astronaut, and I never met a freaking zookeeper or a zoo person. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Like, I was wondering, like, who is this lady? Is she just like a bird owner? Does she love birds? Why are we teaching birds to talk if they don't talk naturally? There's a lot of thought in like that I need to kind of sit with for a little while and be like, where did this idea of teaching birds to talk, what are they really, are they showing us one thing? Like, they're showing us that, oh, we're only teaching them to talk, but are they teaching them other stuff too? that we're not seeing? Like, if these birds can talk, then what else can they do? Like, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Are they're like they're like tape recorders, like, I don't know. Like, you can put a bird in somebody's house, and if this bird is trained to listen and report back to something, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But this is crazy. I never met somebody who works in a zoo. I always wondered, how come I don't know people who work in a zoo? Is it just rare, that people work in zoos? Because every time you go to a zoo, you see people working there. Like, who the hell are these people? And I don't know. Do they just like people? Do they just like animals? And again, like, why are they teaching birds to talk? Like, what is up with that? Like, why are they doing this? Like, why do they want birds to talk? Is it just entertaining to us? Like, is this so that we go to the zoo? I don't know. I'm just, again, speculating and shit. All right, let's keep going.
Philosophical things, and then this bird, this white drone, swooped right at my car. People would say it was an owl. That's what they say. Totally interrupted my train of thought. The government doesn't want us to think, to philosophize. They don't want us to challenge the paradigms that they've put in place. That's when I knew that those kinds particularly were most dangerous. And so, yes, I see the birds that perch on the windowsill. I see the birds as I'm walking throughout the day, but it's the birds that stop me from thinking for myself. The owls.
So what happens when people try to expose the birds? There was once a British diplomat who found out what the government was hiding, so he jumped onto a plane to go to the UN to warn them, and this is what happened. Unfortunately, he never made it.
Sometimes people ask me what's the government's purpose in replacing all these birds with drones. It's a multifaceted issue here. First off, they want to keep us in line and make sure that we're being good boys and girls. They also want to bolster the economy. It makes it a lot easier for them to create repair necessities by flying birds into waterways or into power lines and destroying things, because, as we know, the government has a monopoly on utilities. They can control when they can boost up the price or when they need to cut things back from certain communities. It gives them even more control over our resources. Not only do they have our personal information, but they also see what we're doing at every hour of the day. You'd be surprised just how often you might find a bird outside of your window.
As I got deeper and deeper into finding out what the government was hiding, I started asking myself, how does this all work? Are birds battery powered? Some people were saying that quarantine was really just an excuse for the government to collect all the birds so that they could switch out their batteries, and there were videos that had convincing evidence of this, but then I realized, oh my goodness, birds' feet are literally inductive charging coils. This has been in front of our eyes the whole time. The most common place that we see birds is when they're charging on power lines, and we don't even bat an eyelash. The government has been hiding their bird drones in plain sight, and most humans are too stupid to even see it.
They have cameras where their eyes are supposed to be, telephoto lenses. There's a speaker and a microphone right here in the chest. On their back and between their wings, they've got, like a wireless antenna. That's how they communicate data to data collection centers and whatnot. A central processing unit right around where their heart would be. Below that is their battery. And then the charging coils are their legs. They're polar. You need both to complete the circuit. That's why they're two-legged animals. Yeah, that's kind of the basic layout of a bird drone.
A few days ago, a brave mercenary snuck into a top-secret government bird facility and was able to capture a bird prototype. And now its electronics have been revealed. The government can't hide for much longer.
Sometimes people wonder, how do you explain the lifespan of all these birds that live multiple years? Well, if you track migratory patterns, you'll see that birds actually, when they fly south for the winter, are being cycled out every year. These birds don't live multiple years. They only live a few months, just like a mechanical drone.
A lot of people ask the question, well, hey, what about bird poop, right? My question to you is, have you ever seen battery corrosion? If you compare a picture of bird poop right next to a picture of a battery that's been corroded, it looks exactly the same. So when a bird poops, it's actually the corrosion of the battery that's coming out because birds go through this self-cleaning cycle that makes it so that they can get rid of all the corrosion of the batteries on the inside.
A common tactic that the military even uses with their fighter jets is they'll fly in a V formation. What this does is it reduces drag across the wings, and it allows them to fly further without expending as much fuel. Birds. And why do they do this? Of course, the government's trying to cut down on costs. The bird drone program has expanded so much, and with the government deficit spending, they need some way to maintain their surveillance without driving up the costs.
It's not just the drones either. The government has implanted birds into popular culture. I mean, as a child, Big Bird. Ever since we were little, we had this bird, this government drone teaching us to trust them, that they would teach us how to spell, that they were friendly. At such a young age, that kind of indoctrination is dangerous. You have the Eagles, a whole band called the Eagles. I mean, none of that music could be any good. And then you have sports, the Seahawks, Eagles, Ravens, the Falcons. I mean, are you kidding me here? It's right in front of us.
The connections run even deeper than you think. Johns Hopkins University, famously known for their medical research, which is actually just a front, is the highest funded university by the United States government. And what's their mascot? A blue jay.
You'll start to notice, if you look, where are these birds' nests, right? Like, how many people do you see, right? And how many homes do you see? Lots of people, lots of homes. Take a look at how many birds there are. Where are the birds' homes? They don't need them, because only living stuff needs homes. These birds, if they were real, would have more nests, but they all communally share these nests only when they have to have a hardwired connection back to wherever they're sending this information. Just try this experiment. The next time you go outside, count how many birds you see and count how many nests you see. You can compare that to how many people and how many homes. I don't think it'll lead to.
I've heard a bunch of stories of people who have been walking on the streets, people who have never done anything wrong in their life. They've always paid their taxes, they've always been good civilians, and these government drones have swooped down and have attacked them. This could be a malfunction in the technology, it could be that a government employee is just having a bad day, but there are dozens, if not millions, of these cases.
Some people want to know how we explain birds of prey. If they're drones, why would they attack each other? It's just a clever way to switch out old parts. I mean, if you saw government workers everywhere picking up birds, people would catch on, but they have actually created specialized drones to do the work for them right in front of our eyes.
Before, birds weren't like a big part of my world. It's like they were there, but I didn't really pay any special attention to them. But ever since I've been keeping an eye on them, I've noticed that I can't go anywhere without birds keeping an eye on me. I don't know if the more I look at them, the more they look at me, or if I'm just noticing for the first time that I'm under constant surveillance. I can't get away from it.
I've had to completely redefine my social circle. I even had to quit my job and go totally online because they kept making me walk down this busy street to get into the main corporate office where there are birds and nobody listens. One of the reasons I had to quit my job was also that they were gonna make me get a Twitter account. Of course, tweeting or a Twitter account is supposed to normalize bird behavior and make us more comfortable with the idea of birds so that we forget that they aren't real.
I use Facebook, I use Instagram, Snapchat, pretty much all the other social media apps, but I avoid Twitter. I feel like it's a pretty flagrant mock at us by the government. I think that using the word Twitter, the word tweet, the little image of the bird, I think it's their way of letting us know in a coy manner that they know what's going on. It's like fessing up to it without fessing up to it.
This one time, I was just chilling at the beach, minding my own business, and I was about to eat a Dorito. And I could tell that the Seagull surveillance drones were really paying attention because they, coastal surveillance, they want to make sure I'm not damaging the wildlife in the water or signaling to somebody out at sea to come and invade the country. And immediately, just swoops right in and takes the Dorito out of my hand. I've never been the same since.
What happened? What's going on over here? What happened? Can I help? Can I resolve it? Hi. Oh my God, look at you over here. Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful. Wow. You guys are the best part of the whole place. Oh, look at that water. Can I take a dip? Oh, that water. Can I take a dip? Oh, they're having a fight. It's a fight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on? We gotta keep the peace. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh my gosh. Oh, beautiful.